Okay, so before I start, just a disclaimer, I am not a scientist. Okay. Uh, Mistake. Now, with that being said, let's move on. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, or attempting to do, is with these water beads, just experimenting to see which different kind of flammable liquids, I guess, it, it absorbs better and which ones are more flammable to them. Alright, so the different liquids that I have are, um, what is that called? It's like tiki or torch fluid, the light to light torches, tiki torches. Uh, I also have rubbing alcohol, a little bit in there. I have car gasoline, and I have charcoal lighter fluid. See that in there. Focus. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically separate the colors just so I don't get them mixed up. But I would say this yellow light orange, I'm going to use for the tiki torch fluid. The green I'm going to use for rubbing alcohol. Orange, like the bright orange, might look a little red on camera, but it's orange. I'm going to use that for gasoline. And then for the last color, it's kind of like a pink or a red, and I'm going to use that one for the lighter fluid, the charcoal lighter fluid. Alright, so then I haven't put any of them inside the liquid, so they haven't had a chance to absorb it. I'm going to put them all in at the same time just to get in a fair chance for all of them. Okay, so here I go. Okay. In you go. Why is this? Okay, there it is. Okay. And the last one. Okay, so they all are in there now. All I'm going to need to do now is just let them set in there. I'm going to say probably like 12 to 24 hours. Just let them absorb, and after that, come back. All right, see you guys. Okay, real fast. All right, so I don't know if you can tell, it's raining still, and yeah. Okay, so it's the next day. I didn't get to finish, or telling you guys, but I ended up leaving these out in the rain, so they ended up absorbing water, and one of the packets was left in there, so they absorbed a little bit of water as well. So what I'm just gonna do is wait for these to dry out. They weren't a part of. Oh, and there's an extra one that fell out too. Yes. All right. So yeah, these were just extra ones, but I'm just gonna leave them in there to dry out. Hopefully they go back to their regular size. Okay. So another funny story is the other containers that I had originally put the other balls in were thrown out. I left them somewhere, and I guess my parents or one of my parents saw them and just threw it out. But what I did do is I put them in. I made a separate containers for the water beads so they could absorb. This was the tiki torch fluid. This was the gasoline, which they did pretty well absorbing liquid. This was the lighter fluid. And then for the alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, they didn't really absorb any. I would say just probably a little bit of the fluid, but other than that, they're not very absorbent. Alright, so the last thing I had to do with them is basically set them on fire. I might just even set like one of the water ones, see if that reacts in any way. Ones that absorb like, the water from yesterday, see if they did anything, if they do anything. Okay, so I let them absorb for a little bit longer. Tiki fluid, lighter fluid, rubbing alcohol, and gasoline. Now you price it. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna see what happens to them when I set them on fire. Just gonna light them like one by one, and just since I don't know the effects of this, just in case, have some baking soda to put them out. All right, let's get started. Okay, the tiki fluid. Alright, so it's not really burning. Fire's there. You can see it increasing, but it doesn't stick on to it. Alright, lighter fluid. See the fire growing. Alright, probably gonna be the same for the other ones. But where is it? Okay, I'm really starting to think they would have turned out better, but it's not. Rubbing alcohol, It's not doing much. Oh, I did hear a crackle though. Okay, the only reason why I think it did this was because it was so tiny. Let's see, compare that to this one compared to that one. You can see like a difference in size. That's probably why that one caught on fire so fast. Okay, and last but not least, we have good old gasoline. So let's see what that one looks like. Maybe if I had like a jar of them, it might work out different, but what it just seems to do is just make the flame larger, like original. Yeah, since I think these ones are bigger, it's not really working. Okay, that's it. I really thought the results would be different. I was gonna try it again at night, but after seeing this, I don't really think there's a need for it, since they didn't really catch on fire, and I don't have anything stronger to really set them on fire with, just this. So, I'll just, alright. Okay, that's it. Thanks, you guys.